FRO-MAN, FRO-MAN. Here comes Stevie with a blanket of butter in my Stevie. Yes, FRO-MAN, FRO-MAN. Come on, Molly, let's get busy. Maybe in the some garden somewhere. FRO-MAN, FRO-MAN. Touch my can with your hand, FRO-MAN. Hey, everybody. Now, you're probably wondering why I was doing that weird superhero intro. Probably thinking I'm crazy. Well, actually, I am. Actually, all Family Guy lovers, if you've seen a certain Family Guy episode, you know what I mean when I did that. But I did that because I'm reviewing not only I'm reviewing The Dark Knight and Mulan for my vlog film reviews because Dark Knight I cannot talk. When I did my Blade vlog video, I said the next week after I was gonna review The Dark Knight, but I got sick, so I couldn't do that. So I'm doing my makeup one and my one for this week. Now, before I get started, I would be normally doing shout-outs this time, but I kind of want to pay my condolences to someone. Last month I told you about how my grandma passed away, and I want to say how my Aunt Marilyn, my great Aunt Marilyn, unfortunately passed away a week ago, was it? I think? Whatever. She died. She unfortunately died of a heart attack in her driveway, and actually I have a picture for her. That's my great Aunt Marilyn. I just want to say thank you, Aunt Marilyn, for giving us all the love and memories, and you will be truly missed. Aunt Marilyn, rest in peace. Anyway, back to the film reviews. Enough with the sentiment, on with the review. The first one I review is, of course, The Dark Knight, and it's the critically acclaimed 2008 Batman movie. And the Batman this time instead of Michael Keaton or Val Kilmer or George Clooney, whoever, this time, if you know, is Christian Bale, who is like an actor who's been around for like a long time doing various roles, who is the new Batman. And it starts out with a robbery, and you see a bunch of guys with clown masks, but you see their leader is the Joker, played by, this time, the late, great Heath Ledger. Actually, I won't say great because I only saw him in this movie. I might have seen him in another movie, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I saw him in this movie, and he's the Joker, who he's of course the villain, who probably people know how he got the red marks on his cheeks since he cut himself from here to here, which is pretty weird. Yeah, that's pretty freaky to just cut himself from like here to here, but it makes your face look cool, so what the heck, I'm all for it. Anywho, he's really crazy, and he ends up taking over these henchmen group and ends up becoming kind of their leaders. Meanwhile, we see that a new appointed district attorney has been elected, Harvey Dent, played by Aaron Eckhart, who's been in a few movies, and who's also married to Bruce Wayne's girl, Rachel, who this time is played by Maggie Gyllenhaal. And so basically, along with the Gordon, played by Gary Oldman, and Alfred the Butler and all that stuff, they basically the Joker causing all this chaos and all this stuff. And it's a Batman movie, so there's tons of fights, tons of awesome scenes and stuff like that. I know my plot synopsis whatever sounds weird, but I don't know. I'm trying to sum it up without giving too much away. I don't know, but I know everybody loves this movie. I really like it a whole lot. Don't get me wrong, but I don't quite love it like everyone else does. But this really is a really good comic movie. I like how I haven't seen any of the Batman movies before this. This is my first introduction to a Batman movie. I just got the 4-pack, which has the first 4 Batman movies: the Batman with Michael Keaton, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, which was kind of stupid, but I don't know. It was a 4-pack, so what the heck. And I have not seen those yet, but I want to. And Batman Begins, I don't own that, haven't seen it yet, but that one looks pretty good. And The Dark Knight, I really enjoyed it. I guess because the first couple had kind of like more of like the fight scenes and more of that. I guess this one was more the detective film than the other ones, but don't quote me on that. That's from what I've heard from other people. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought the acting was really good. Christian Bale, I know some people like him, but don't really care for his voice. I thought it was fine. I mean, I know some the regular FRO-MAN kind of spoke somewhat normally, but kind of like in a lower voice. I didn't have a problem with Christian Bale's voice. I thought he was fine. Although I will say one thing, I agree with the Key of Awesome. In Batman Begins, Rachel was much, much hotter. I mean, honestly, I would probably go save the city instead of Rachel anyway. I'm sorry. I mean, nothing against Maggie Gyllenhaal. She's pretty, but Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes makes men jump on couches. Not many women that can say they make men do that. Katie Holmes can say she does that. So anyway, and also I like Harvey Dent, or just for non-Batman fans, I'm not gonna reveal what his character becomes later. But if you've seen him, you know what I mean. I don't know if I don't know if I can reveal it or not, but I just don't want to give any Batman people who don't watch Batman a lot, and I just people who don't watch Batman a lot, I don't want to spoil it for them because I know some people might get pissed off at me. But yeah, and also I think one of the main reasons I love this was Heath Ledger. He brought the darkness. He was freaking awesome. Like it wasn't his last one, but it was one of his last, and he was. I mean, I kind of know some people thought he was a good actor, but never really got to show his full potential. Here, he was awesome. He was creepy, cause I mean, you don't know what he's gonna do next. And I mean, I like the whole thing, like rigging up both of the boats and just the whole city. I mean, it's so craziness, but it's so awesome. And he was so awesome as a villain, and I know he won the supporting actor Academy Award. That's one of those things. If he didn't win that year, then they were not choosing hard enough. That was the. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of movies from No Way that were classified as the Oscar movies, but that was probably the standout supporting performance in the movie all year that I have seen from that year. And to be granted, I haven't seen many movies from 2008, but whatever. He was really awesome in it, and I like how it has a real. When the Spill.com crew reviewed it, they said that it has a real pathos, not only to why the villains become who they are, but why Batman becomes who he is. It really is because at the ending, he has to do this certain thing, or else the thing that they want to happen won't even happen anymore. So I like how they went that mile and did. And it was directed by Christopher Nolan, who actually, of course, recently directed Inception, which I own that. I haven't got to watch that yet, but I really want to. Memento, which a lot of people liked. I found that movie online, but I haven't been a chance to watch it yet. And Batman Begins, which of course I've talked about that. I haven't watched it, but whatever. And he did a really good job directing it. Like, he didn't just make it like about martial. Why would you say martial arts? Not Jackie Chan movie. Fight scenes and stuff. I mean, I'm sure the other ones weren't just all fight scenes too. But I guess what I heard, like this and Batman Begins, they also like made this a real detective movie. Detective movie. And I like the fact how it was like that. And like I said, it's not my favorite comic movie, but I really, really, really enjoyed it a whole lot. And the action pieces, don't get me wrong, when the action pieces are around, they're really, really awesome. I like the action, I like the fight scenes, because they don't focus on it too much doesn't mean there aren't. There are some fight scenes, and they're really, really pleasing. Now, you guys may wonder why I don't love it like everyone else does. It's because I don't love it because I think sometimes it was kind of a little confusing for me. Like, I kind of sometimes didn't know what was going on. And also, like, it runs a little bit too long, though. I mean, like, I think they maybe could have got away if they cut maybe 10 or 20 minutes off the movie. I don't know if they could or not, but I think they might have been able to. Because that last half hour is kind of exhausting. It's like, oh my god, like, what can they possibly do? And, I mean, yeah, I really, 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 really like it a whole lot. I don't love it, but I really, really do enjoy it. It's not my favorite comic movie, but damn it, it's in the top 5 of favorite comic movies. I really enjoyed it. I would also give this a super, super high 3.5 stars. Like, it's a super doopty high 3.5 stars. Not 4 stars, but it's a very good movie. And if you haven't seen it, I would really recommend you guys check it out. Well, I would do my second review. I'm going to do that in a while, but let me close the door first. I'll be right back. Well, guys, I'm here again. for the short time I was gone, so I don't know why I did that, but whatever. The next movie I'll be reviewing, of course, is the 1998 Disney movie Mulan, which centers around a young girl named Mulan, who is voiced by this girl, ming-fa. And she lives with her father named Fazu, who's voiced by Soon Tek O, who is the only man in the family, and and also her mother, her grandmother, and her dog named Little Brother. What's with these Chinese? Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but Chinese people have some really weird names for their pets. Not trying to be weird Chinese people. I'm just saying. No, I'm not. No, they're not weird. They're unique. I don't want to be mean. I like Chinese. I love Chinese people. Anyway, and she's kind of like the screw up in the group. Well, she's not really a screw up, but she's late for certain things, and she destroys things when she has to meet a matchmaker. She kind of doesn't do well there, and some people tell her, "You'll never bring our family honor. You gotta bring your family honor," and so she's living in Han, China, where this group named the Hun, which their leader is this guy named Shen Yu, who is voiced by this guy named Miguel Ferrer. I think I might have heard of that guy, or maybe heard of something else. Anyway, the group Huns, they invade Han, China, and it's so bad that the Chinese emperor has to basically say that one man from every family must serve in the army. And since the father, Fazu or whatever, I forgot what he was. Yeah, Fazu, is the only man in the family, he, of course, has to go into the army. But Mulan's like, "Father, we can't go. Please don't make him go," kind of stuff. But the emperor's like, whatever. You're just a woman. Okay, not trying to be sexist. That's how the movie is. That they were just, I guess, that time period, women were lower than them, which is a shame, but whatever. Like, whatever. Just go away. Your father will fight. Blah blah blah. So later in the night, she kind of gets angry at her father, like, "Why are you going? Why are you fighting? There's many people out there. You're gonna die for honor." Blah blah blah. And so the father says, "Look, like, I will die for what's right. I know my place. It's time you learn yours." And so she runs off, and in the middle of the night, in order to not have her father find the army, she cuts her hair, steals the army her armor, and poses as a boy in order to basically fight for her family, fight for honor. And also to accompany her is a cricket named Cricky. Really, like, you couldn't think of a better name for a cricket than Cricky. Why don't you call Tom from Tom and Jerry Kitty, or Tweety Birdie or something? I don't know, but whatever. And they have also a dragon named Mushu, who is voiced by Eddie Murphy. Awesome. Eddie Murphy's awesome. And actually, he's not supposed to be with her, but the ancestors, who are pretty weird characters, so their characters, all right, tell him to wake up the great dragon or something like that, and so he can't wake him up, or that's something, he breaks his head or something. So he pretends to be the great dragon and goes to help Mulan in her journey. And so as they arrive at the army camp, where they meet some weird, interesting new friends, who Yao Ling and Xian Po. Xian Po's voiced by Terry Kondo. Len's voiced by this guy named Getty Watanabe? Yeah, Watanabe. Just think of Kira from Rugrats or something. And Yao, oddly enough, is voiced by Harvey Fierstein. Although you can probably tell because he's probably the only, I spit that was gross. He's probably the only guy in Hollywood that sounds like that, has that weird voice like that. Anyway, also I forgot to say, the Chinese Emperor, coincidentally enough, is voiced by Pat Morita from The Karate Kid, which I thought was pretty cool. And so basically, it's just her trying to be in the army and pose off as a boy under the company of her commander Shang, who is voiced by B.D. Wong, who's the guy you hear about. Basically, she poisoning as a boy, trying to find the army and save the Huns. Now after I've done screwing the plot up a bunch of times, I don't think this is like a great Disney movie. I think this is not like, it's like a classic in the top 3 Disney movies of the 90s, hand drawn at least. But I think it's in the top 5. I don't love it, but I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, one of the reasons I don't really love the movie is because I really like the beginning and I really like the ending. I like the middle too, but there's nothing. I won't say nothing. There are some things, but there's nothing much that really comes close to the beginning and the end. You know what I'm saying? But I really enjoyed it. The animation is really good. I like the one shot of the arrows kind of almost like flying. That one shot of the avalanche. I love that whole scene of the avalanche. Where like almost all the arrows are almost like raining arrows, and the wall of army men who like rush down the avalanche. I thought that was really cool. And the voice work was good. I thought Ming-Na, I don't know if it's like her first movie, but I thought she has a sweet voice that I appreciate in her role. Eddie Murphy. What I like about comedians like Eddie Murphy, some of the lines you most likely think they're scripted. Of course they're scripted because they have a script. At least some movies do. Won't mention any names. Garbage Pail Kids movie. Won't think about that. Think about Mulan. Think about Mulan. Anyway, the thing is, their lines are most likely scripted, but you can never tell because Eddie Murphy, like the way he says it, he's probably most likely ad-lib. I mean, of course you can tell it. Of course they're scripted, but you can't even tell it because he set the lines in a way where you don't even know they're scripted. You can tell it. You think it just came up from the top of his head. I like comedians who do that. I think Eddie Murphy is one of my all-time favorite actors. I really enjoy. He's an awesome. And also, I think this movie kind of established Murphy as a voice work guy. I almost want to see him do more voice work because I like his comedies, but I almost think that his animated ones he does do well, do even more well than his regular comedies. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. And mostly, I really, 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 really like the song. Like I think these are some really good songs. Like Reflection, I love that song. Like I love kind of like the choreography that they have. Like when she's walking on the bridge, that line "to be myself," she steps on those like posts on the bridge. That "to be myself," like jumping on the post. I thought that was kind of good. I thought kind of good. It was great. Honestly, really it was. I really enjoyed the musical number Reflection. And also, one song that it's kind of underrated in the movie, people kind of always forget about, is Honor to Us All. That's a great song. No one talks about that one. That's a great song, Honor to Us All. And the harmony is great. I love all the animation during the song. And also I like the song I'll Make a Man Out of You. I like, sometimes in anime movies there's small things like where the way a character's face looks or something that makes me just go, oh, I love that. And I like the part where they're singing the first chorus that I'll make a man out of you, and so Shang does something to Mulan or something, and you see Eddie Mushu, and he's trying to walk up, and like he's pulling back his tail. I know it's simple, but come on, I really liked it. And I also like how Stevie Wonder, awesome, and 98 Degrees did that song True to Your Heart. I like that song, and I also like the. People think the climax really is the avalanche, and it kind of climax, but I think my favorite action set piece is the action piece near the end. I'm not going to give it away, but it's really cool. I like all the moves and stuff, and it's really good. I think this is a very, very good Disney movie. The voice work is good. The animation is really good. Songs are great. It's not a great animated movie, but it's a really, really, really good one. It's not, like I said, not going up with the greats, but I really, really enjoyed it. I think my sister at one point says like her favorite movie of all time, but then she says she doesn't know. I don't know. But it's not my favorite movie, but for me, I really enjoy this. If you like Disney movies, I think you'll like this. I say check it out. I give this 3.5 stars. Not a high 3.5 stars, but I give this just a plain 3.5 stars. I say check this out. It's really good. I think you'll like it. Well, that probably went on long enough, and it goes on even longer because of what's leave in the comment box or video response, whatever. Number 1, have you seen The Dark Knight? 2, did you like The Dark Knight? I probably... Oh, I'm sorry. I highly doubt I'm going to get anyone in the comment box that's going to say they didn't like The Dark Knight. But I'm sure there are people out there who don't like it. If you don't, that's cool, but whatever. I really, really, really like that one a whole lot. So yeah, 2, did you like The Dark Knight? 3, what is your favorite Batman movie? Probably The Dark Knight, this one, because I haven't seen the other ones yet. But once I watch the other ones, I'll get back to you on that. 4, who do you think is the best Batman? I can't say because I haven't seen all the Batman movies. 5, who's the best Batman villain? There's going to be a lot of questions. Who's the Batman villain? For me, it's the Joker. I know some people... I mean, I haven't seen, once again, haven't seen the other villains, but for me, the Joker, because he was Heath Ledger. Rest in peace. You deserve that Oscar. You were awesome in that movie, and don't you ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. Number 6, who do you think is hotter, Katie Holmes or Maggie Gyllenhaal? For me, Katie Holmes. I mean, come on. She makes men jump on couches on Oprah. On Oprah! How many times have you ever seen someone jump over a couch because of Maggie Gyllenhaal? I mean, that'd be pretty much. It'd be just like, I love Maggie Gyllenhaal. I love Maggie Gyllenhaal. Not trying to say she's ugly. She's pretty. But it's just not the same with Katie Holmes. You know, it's just, I don't know. And the questions are not over with. Number 7, have you seen Mulan? 2, did you like Mulan? And 3, what is your favorite Mulan song? Why did I say 3? 8. Why my fingers? 8. What is your favorite Mulan song? For me, probably Reflection. Actually, I don't know. Probably a tie between Reflection and Honor to Us All. And Man Like You would probably be a close second. Number 9. What is your favorite Disney song of all time? This one's going to be hard. I actually don't know that one, so I can't answer that. 10. What is your favorite Disney movie hand-drawn from the 90s? For me, it's probably The Lion King. I love that movie. And number 11. I actually went on for 11 questions. Anyway, 11. What is your favorite Disney movie of all time? From 90s, just any Disney movie of all time. Anime one. I actually want your favorite animated Disney movie. For me, probably be a tie between Snow White and Fantasia. I love Snow White and Fantasia. I did a review of Fantasia, and I will probably do Snow White later in the year, but I don't know. Well, I hope you guys got those 11 questions. So if you guys have an answer for those, leave a comment or written response down below. Well, that's finally it. See you guys. Bye.